Hello everyone, welcome to my May 2017 haul video. Welcome back everyone to my monthly haul video series. This is for May 2017, and if you're not familiar with this video series on my channel, basically I just share with you all of the various Blu-rays, DVDs, movies, TV shows, books, and comic books, or whatever else I feel like sharing with you guys throughout a specific month. First up, I grabbed quite a few comic books in the month of May, specifically hardcovers and trade paperbacks, and the first of which are the Wonder Woman New 52 series written by Brian Azzarello. This is volume 1, which contains the first 6 issues of the run, and this is volume 2, which collects the next 6 issues. So basically, the first 12 issues are collected in these two trades. You can get these in trade paperback. The hardcovers are now out of print, but I kind of like to get the hardcovers just because I think they are much more sturdy upon rereading and things of that nature. Another hardcover that I picked up last month was a bit of an older title. It is Superman Last Stand of New Krypton Volume 1. And this is from the old continuity of DC Comics that has since been gotten rid of but then brought back, but this is part of the later Superman series that was going on at the time, I believe in the mid-2000s, and this is written by James Robinson. My local comic book shop sometimes has these kind of bargain boxes where they stick a bunch of old trades that I guess they're just trying to get rid of, and sometimes I can grab a couple of hardcovers that are very marked off, so I am really glad to be adding some more Superman to the collection. Next up are a bunch of trade paperbacks that I picked up. I didn't realize that I had picked up that many until I was getting everything together for this video. First up is Star Wars Darth Vader Volume 3. If you have been following these haul videos, I've been collecting these right along now with Volume 1 and Volume 2. I really like this series and I had to pick up Volume 3. And going right along with that, I have the crossover between the Skywalker series and the Darth Vader series, and that is Vader Down. This collects issues 13 through 15 of the Skywalker series and 13 through 15 of the Darth Vader series, so you kind of need this if you're reading both series to really continue on with the volumes. Next up is a series I haven't started and haven't read at all, and that is Brian K. Vaughan's Paper Girls, put out by Image Comics. Brian K. Vaughan is an author I've talked about before when it comes to Saga, another fantastic series put out by Image. The next 3 trade paperbacks are all from the new DC comic book universe known as DC Rebirth. First up is Superman, written by Peter J. Tomasi. The second is The Flash, written by Joshua Williamson. The third, and definitely not least, is the Volume 1 of Wonder Woman. These are all Volume 1s, and I had to start picking these up because I really didn't pick up any of the individual issues. I'm definitely going to be going back to buying trade paperbacks and things of that nature, especially when it comes to DC Comics, because they are putting these out very quickly now, and they're all putting them out in very affordable trade paperbacks, and I'm really curious to see what they've done with their new DC Rebirth. I have heard great things, so I'm looking forward to delving into them. And this is actually the Barnes & Noble exclusive that has exclusive content of which I'm not quite sure yet, and shifting to what typically takes up the bulk of these videos, and that is talking about the TV shows and movies. I have one TV show to talk about this month, but it is one that is kind of a biggie, especially for me, considering it is one of my favorite TV series of all time. It is an upgrade from a DVD to a Blu-ray set, and I am really glad to finally have this in the collection, and that is Twin Peaks: The Entire Mystery. This is just a phenomenal series. If you are not familiar with the series, it was done by David Lynch and Mark Frost around 1990-1991. It's only lasted 2 seasons. Now we are getting a revival season that is currently airing on Showtime as of this video, and I thought it was really time to upgrade to this set. I'm going to be delving into this set in a future video. And now delving into the movies. First up is the lone DVD that I pick up. I don't buy very many DVDs anymore. And this is the DVD of Private Benjamin, which is a film starring Goldie Hawn from the early 1980s, and it is a fun movie. It is only available on DVD currently, that's why I got it, and it's only available in full screen version, even though the film was shot in widescreen and shown in theaters in widescreen. I don't know why, but that just is the only available way that I could get it. Now for the Blu-rays, and in no particular order. First up is The Mummy Ultimate Collection in this kind of cool Best Buy exclusive steelbook packaging. I will definitely delve into this probably in a future video. This contains the 3 films starring Brendan Fraser, as well as the one kind of spin-off film, The Scorpion King, starring The Rock Dwayne Johnson. You could say that these films are rather guilty pleasures, but I quite enjoy them for a certain nostalgic feel that they give me from when they came out. Next is the DC animated film Teen Titans Judas Contract, which is an adaptation of a famous storyline in the New Teen Titans written by Marv Wolfman and drawn by George Perez. And this is another one in the ongoing series of DC animated films. This is a rather good one. It's a rather interesting one, especially if you're a fan of the Teen Titans. And if you're a fan of DC Comics in general, I think you'll rather enjoy it. So definitely give it a watch. And continuing on the comic book theme that this video seemingly has, is the 4K edition of Logan, directed by James Mangold. This is, of course, starring Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine/Logan in his final portrayal of the character, and this is really one of my favorite films of the year. I picked up the 4K edition because I am going to be upgrading to 4K eventually, and I thought I might as well start picking up some of these titles now. Next is a film by really one of my favorite people ever in the film world, and that is John Waters' Multiple Maniacs. And this is a film put out by the Criterion Collection. For those of you who know who John Waters is, he is known as the Pope of Trash. I really love that man for how honest he is about who he is, what he likes, and he really inspires people to be who they want to be, despite whether society accepts them or not. So I have an utmost admiration for him, and his films are really unlike anything you will ever see, and this is one of his early ones. If you're a fan of his, you definitely want to pick this up. If you're not a fan of his, I would go into his films with as open a mind as possible. Next up is one of my favorite films of this year, and that is Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele. I also did an individual review for this film when it came out in theaters. I'll put a link to that below. This is a great kind of psychological thriller with a lot of social commentary about race relations in our time. I've talked about this director before numerous times, and I have done an actual review of this film already, and that is Arrival, directed by Denis Villeneuve. This is one of my favorites from last year. It is an exquisite, intelligent sci-fi film. It's not the film I think people were expecting. Denis Villeneuve is one of my favorite directors working today. Definitely check out his films. I've already mentioned how much I love Sicario, and this is another exceptional film by him. Next up is a new edition of an older film, and that is Heat, directed by Michael Mann. This is a brand new edition, given a new 4K remaster, I believe supervised by Michael Mann. This also has more special features than the previous DVDs or Blu-rays, new stuff, new Q&As, and I highly recommend picking this up if you don't own Heat, or if you want kind of the better version that is out right now, at least for the foreseeable future. This is one of his best films, and it's a favorite amongst many, many people, including myself. The funny thing about the next film is it's something I found in a Walmart Blu-ray bargain bin, and I never thought I would find this particular film in a Walmart or even a Walmart bargain bin, and that is Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in America, the newest edition that has the longer cut of the film, which is something people have been wanting to see on home release for a while. This film stars Robert De Niro, directed, like I said, by Sergio Leone, a film that is just fantastic. I highly recommend cinephiles checking this one out. It is a long film, but Sergio Leone, I think, was one of the masters of filmmaking that I think everybody should delve into. Next is Tobe Hooper's Les Mis, or Les Miserables, which is an adaptation of the stage play, which is an adaptation of the Victor Hugo novel, and this film stars many people you have heard about. Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe. This is the film where Anne Hathaway won an Oscar for. Truly a breathtaking performance, and the production of this film I think is truly exquisite. Next is the film that I was pleasantly surprised at how good it is, and that is Lucky Number Slevin. If you're looking for a kind of cool, very solid, modern neo-noir, I highly recommend checking this film out. Next is a double feature pack of Police Story and Police Story 2, two 1980s Jackie Chan films. A lot of people don't realize this, but Jackie Chan had quite a career before he started doing films here in America, and he was quite the star over in China. And these are two of his most well-known films. I highly recommend checking them out if you're fans of Jackie Chan, because they are really cool action films. That is all I have for May 2017. If you like this video, please check out the other videos on my channel.